The NFL season kicks off on a beautiful Sunday, September afternoon. Welcome to Ralph Wilson Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York, where today the New Orleans Saints take on the Buffalo Bills. Hi, everyone. Scott Graham along with DJ Johnson. Major changes for the Bills. The Greg Williams era officially begins today. The new head coach made sweeping changes in the offseason, including ending the quarterback controversy. Doug Flutie's gone. Rob Johnson's the starter.
Yes, Rob Johnson's the man. He has the physical tools, the raw talent, but it hasn't translated onto the field yet. Rob needs to get into a rhythm early, get this season going off on the right foot.
Well, he's going to need some help from his offensive line as well, and that could be an area of concern for this Bills team. There's a lot of inexperience on that right side.
Yes, there is. Jonas Jennings, a rookie, a well-thought-of rookie, but a rookie nonetheless. Corey Hosley is in his first NFL appearance, and Bill Conati only his second career start. That doesn't sit well when you think you'll be going up against the New Orleans Saints front four, a unit which last year racked up 43 sacks. These guys are tenacious. They're aggressive, and they are the heart and soul of this New Orleans team.
On the offensive side of the ball for New Orleans, there's certainly no quarterback controversy. The guy who led their magical run to winning the division title and winning a playoff game last year, Aaron Brooks, is the starting quarterback.
I love this guy. He is exciting. You think about Culpepper, you think about McNabb. Aaron Brooks is as exciting as there is in the NFL. But one thing we have to remember, Aaron Brooks is still very young. This is only his 8th career start. And Jim Haslett says he will go through his growing pains, but Aaron Brooks is the kind of guy that will get knocked down, get right back up fighting, and he will have a good year.
Well, the Buffalo Bills will be looking for some home field advantage today. All the pageantry of opening weekend. However, that's not something that the New Orleans Saints back down from. This is a team that made its mark last year winning on the road. We'll be back with a very special coin toss and the opening kickoff of today's ball game in just a moment.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
The Lombardi Trophy is polished and gleaming, awaiting to be raised by the next championship team. And the open kickoff to NFL 2001 is just a couple of deep breaths away, everybody. Welcome back to our new NFL Sunday Ticket studio. I'm your host, Spencer Tillman. Well, I, like you, am looking forward to another season of unpredictable plays and awe-inspiring feats. You know, the game surely has evolved over the years with bigger, stronger players battling on the field. Luckily, technology has evolved right alongside them, allowing players to perform safely at their optimum levels. Well, to shed some light on some of these changes, the American Plastics Council has teamed up with NFL Sunday Ticket to bring you the Innovations in Football Sweepstakes. Every week, we'll test your knowledge of how plastic has helped advance the game. Answer the quiz correctly, and you could win some authentic NFL gear. And while you're there, register for our grand prize, a trip for 2 to the 2002 Pro Bowl in Hawaii. This week, we focus on a piece of equipment that truly distinguishes today's game from yesteryear, the helmet. Think of Red Grange galloping down the field in a flimsy leather gear like this one. Not so sure how much fun that would be with Warren Sapp and Ray Lewis chasing after you. That's why current helmets are made of the same polycarbonate plastic used to protect the astronauts. But do you know what year the first plastic helmet was used in the NFL? To enter the contest, simply log on to plastics.org and select an answer. Next week at this time, I'll announce the winner of this week's prize. Now it's time to see who will be the winners on the field. Tune to the game of your choice and enjoy it. I'll see you after the early games end here on NFL Sunday Ticket.
Reinvented Camry. Trust us, you're going to want one.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It's kickoff weekend of the 82nd season in the National Football League, and to celebrate the occasion, President George W. Bush will handle the coin toss. The New Orleans Saints have chosen heads, the Bills have tails. Now for the coin toss, here's President Bush.
We're here in the Rose Garden to help kick off the NFL's 82nd season. This is a great day for fans. And I want to salute the NFL for its long history, lasting influence, and the quality of its athletes. I'm glad to be joined by members of Washington's Metropolitan Police Boys and Girls Club, all future NFL greats. And now to officially begin the NFL's 82nd season, the coin toss. This is heads, this is tails. Here we go. It's tails. I wish the players of the NFL good health and have a great season.
All right, thanks to President George W. Bush. That means the Buffalo Bills have won the coin toss here at Ralph Wilson Stadium, getting ready to begin this 82nd season in the NFL. A lot of sweeping changes for this Buffalo Bills team. They've got a new head coach, Greg Williams, and his path to the NFL may not have been the one that most people would have expected. Certainly was a very quick path once he got on the coaching track, DJ.
Hey, whatever path you take, as long as it gets you there, from high school to another high school. Then he gets discovered by Jack Pardee, University of Houston. Gets the job there. Then you got Jim Haslett on the other side, of course. Jim Haslett is that fiery kind of coach. He's already put his mark on the league, winning NFL Rookie Coach of the Year last year, I should say. And he's already made a strong impression on his team and this league, and they just love him down in New Orleans.
So that 10-6 record last year and a playoff win for the first time ever for the New Orleans Saints. They're talking about playoffs this year. This Bills team is talking about, let's see how the new system works. Let's see how it finally moves into effect here out on the field today.
Yeah, the players like the system, but the players aren't totally sold on the system until you start racking up those a little tab in the W column. So you get a couple W's under your belt, and the team starts to believe more and more. And once you get your team fully believing in your system, that's when you build great teams.
Is it difficult for veteran players to buy into that kind of system, especially when it's a guy who's not had head coaching experience before?
It is. I mean, Greg Williams has a little bit of an advantage because he's coming from Tennessee, a well-respected program who's done well over the past couple of years. So the players are more willing to listen to him than it would, say, a coach coming from a non-winning program. So he has credibility there. But older players are used to their routine, almost superstitious in their routines, and when someone comes in, breaks that routine, they don't like it, but they go along with it, and like I said, as you win, they love it.
Well, he does have a track record, and he talked to us this week all about the fact that you need to establish credibility. You have to establish credibility with your players, with the people here in Buffalo. The only way that's going to happen is following his program in his eyes. His program is very buttoned up. It's very organized, and he goes out with a very definitive plan. We talked about where he came from. It's very obvious it was not the path that everyone else would take. But if you look at the time he became a graduate assistant at the University of Houston in 1989, it's a reasonably short path to becoming a head coach.
Yeah, it's a short path. This guy has put in his time early on with the high school coaching. But yeah, it's a short path because he's proven himself. You know, you prove yourself, you take that fast track to a head coaching job.
Jim Haslett coming back home again. This is a guy that was originally drafted by the Buffalo Bills, spent a long time here in Buffalo. Some of his best football memories come from wearing a Bills uniform.
Yeah, he loves Buffalo, but not today, Scott. Not today. You know, he is all ready for this game. He's glad to be back here, but this is a business trip. You know, no visiting, no reminiscing. He wants to bring his team in here and beat the Buffalo Bills.
And a New Orleans Saints team, as we said, with all kinds of high hopes. One of the things that's been dotted throughout the comments in the preseason for the Saints, for everybody else involved who's been watching this team in previews, is the Super Bowl this year will be held in New Orleans. And don't think it's escaped these guys.
Yes, it hasn't escaped these guys. And these guys have a great shot to be there. You see how the league's gone last year. Nothing surprises you these days. You know, San Diego could pop and win the Super Bowl. But these guys have a great shot to be that first team that plays the Super Bowl in their own backyard.
Aaron Brooks, who had such a wonderful ending to last season, has really kind of grown into a leadership role as the starting quarterback for this team. And you can kind of see the changes that he's gone through. There's certainly a lot of youthful exuberance that's still there, but when you look into his eyes now, you see leader.
Yeah, there's a change in his eyes. There's a change in his demeanor. He's more relaxed. He's calm. He knows he's the leader of this team. He knows he has to be successful for this team to be successful. And he has taken it upon himself to take control and say, you know what, if something goes wrong, it is my fault, so I'm the one that has to correct it.
As we said, the Bills have won the toss. Nate Clements and Tony Driver are back deep to take the kick from Toby Goen. And we are underway here in Buffalo. The 2001 season. Clements from his own 5-yard line will get the kickoff return right to the middle of the field and out to about the 23-yard line, where the Bills will start things out, first down and 10 yards to go. We talked about this Buffalo Bills team and focus on the line. On the left side, no problem. Lots of experience. On the right side, you're talking about just 2 combined starts. Travis Henry, the rookie, starts at running back. Great wide receiver combination. And Eric Moulds and Peerless Price. And Larry Center is a big addition for this Buffalo team, catching passes out of the backfield. The quarterback, well, that decision was made a while ago. Rob Johnson is the guy who has taken things over. The Doug Flutie era is over. The Rob Johnson era officially begins. 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last year. On first down, Travis Henry out across the 25-yard line, makes it out to about the 26, and Keith Mitchell steps up in the linebacker spot to make the tackle. You said it, heart and soul of this New Orleans team is the defensive line. Leroy Glover, probably the biggest among the leaders on that line, along with Joe Johnson on that right side. Charlie Clemens, the new middle linebacker for this team. Keith Mitchell coming off a Pro Bowl season. And in the secondary, they've been a little thin due to injuries. Jay Bellamy is a new addition, and Sammy Knight is the starting strong safety.
Yeah, just keep your eye on this D-line. I mean, they go hard every single play. They're very disciplined. They know what they're doing. They don't veer from their plan.
On second down, Johnson from play action under pressure, and he is in trouble and will be sacked.
Case in point.
Guess who? Leroy Glover, coming off a superb season last year, registers his first sack of the year. And that has dropped Buffalo back inside the 19-yard line.
And you see that play has already drawn some boos from the Buffalo fans. Yeah, that's not something they wanted to see. Yeah, this is not a hard thing. This is the New Orleans Saints. The ball snapped. They're coming after you. They don't disguise it. You know where they're coming from. They don't blitz much because they don't have to blitz much with this line. This could be a long day for Rob Johnson.
So third down and long now for this Buffalo offense, the new West Coast offense. Safety blitz coming. Johnson flushed right out of the pocket looking downfield. And now he's going to have to run with the football. And he'll be stopped short at the 25-yard line. Open field tackle made by Keith Mitchell over at the sideline, and Buffalo will be forced to punt.
That's one thing these linebackers can do. They can move. You know, a lot of times quarterback gets outside the pocket. You might have a slow, lumbering linebacker chasing you. Not these guys. These guys will run you down from 10 yards away.
Now Brian Moorman, who has twice led NFL Europe in punting average the last 2 seasons, is back to kick it away. And a super exciting return man, Michael Lewis, standing at his own 30-yard line. He had a 24.1-yard return average in the preseason.
That is amazing. That sounds like a kickoff return average, not a punt return average.
Rooted a 74-yarder for a touchdown. Long kick going to be fielded at his own 24-yard line. And now watch the moves of this youngster. Finds his way to open area, and a flag on the play as the ball is stripped free at the 30-yard line.
We might have a clip there. It's definitely something that looked like a clip. It's borderline.
And we'll await the call from the officials.
And that's a scary thought for the Buffalo Bills when they see Michael Lewis receive that punt. I mean, this guy is dynamite. He's a small, mighty Mike.
Block in the back. Return team number 24. 10 yards. First down.
Larry Mallon making the call.
See what's going to happen right here. Comes down. And not a big one, but you know, he puts his hands on him nonetheless. And sometimes when you're chasing down, pursuing, trying to get that block, it's a timing thing. You try to time when he's going to turn around so you can hit him in the face, but he didn't time it right.
Here comes the noise now for Aaron Brooks and company. Jim Haslett had him practicing with noise all week. And on first down, Brooks is sacked. A lot of pressure coming from both sides. Eric Flowers and Phil Hansen meet at the quarterback for a loss of about 10 yards.
And Willie Roaf, they told us that they may, you know, that the Buffalo would come out and do that and try to rattle Brooks early. And he said, we have to protect Brooks. That's our job. You know, we have to keep him safe from harm. They knew Buffalo was going to do that. They don't want him to get rattled early on. See the blitz coming. Just a simple move. Eric Flowers comes right around Willie Roaf, and you don't really see that happen very often. Willie Roaf is the master in this league.
Ricky Williams in motion out of the backfield on second down and long. Quick throw. And the completed pass now looking to make something happen is Albert Connell, but he's not going to get far. Out to the 15-yard line. A pickup of about 5 yards. The New Orleans offense, well, the heart of it certainly is the offensive line. Willie Roaf and Kyle Turley, the 2 huge tackles on the outside. Ricky Williams is the feature back. Willie Jackson and Joe Horn, the starting wide receivers. New Orleans happy to welcome Cam Cleveland back as their starting tight end. And the quarterback for this team is Aaron Brooks. third-year player out of Virginia. Threw for 1,500 yards last year in his 5 starts. But he's got a third down and 15 now from his own 15-yard line. And it's a quarterback draw as Brooks tries to make something happen. He'll buy himself a little room for the kick, getting back to the original line of scrimmage before Rayon Hill drags him down from behind. Take a look up in the right-hand corner of your screen. Something new today. You are going to be seeing out-of-town scores as they happen, popping right onto your screen as they score. Up to the minute sports and NFL scores here today. Keep an eye on the right portion of your screen, the right upper portion. Going gets the punt away, and Peerless Price back deep to take it from his own 36-yard line. In some trouble and taken down. Jumping downfield to bring him down, Cedric Hodge. And the Buffalo Bills will get it back. Opening moments of play here in Buffalo on a warm Sunday afternoon. We are scoreless.
I'm open over here.
Hi, I'm Doug Flutie, pro football player and father of an autistic child. I started the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation to help less fortunate families of autistic children get the support they need. Here's a way you can help. Just dial 1010-220. All calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents, and 1010-220 will make a donation to the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation every time you use it. So dial 1010-220, get up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents, and help some great kids at the same time. It's a win-win situation.
Ooh, that's why I'm easy, baby. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high.
Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, one mission, low fares.
First quarter here in Buffalo, and the Bills try to keep cool on what is a very warm day. They have the football back now, first down at their own 33-yard line. Rob Johnson with a 3-wide receiver set with Moulds, Price, and McDaniel in here on first down. And he is running the football. Travis Henry off the left side, showing some good moves. Tough to bring down out near the 39-yard line. They say this guy can be tremendously difficult to bring down, DJ.
Yeah, this is a guy you're going to hear a lot about this year. I mean, he is hard-nosed. He runs low to the ground, full speed, and they say he never gets knocked back. He's always going forward, and he will punish you. He's a small guy in height, but he has big legs, he's thick, and he will punish you if you try to tackle him.
First rookie to start the season at running back for the Bills since Thurman Thomas back in 1988. Peerless Price in motion now on second down. And once again, back to the ground. They're going with Henry again. This time he runs into the big waiting arms of Leroy Glover and Darren Howard. Oh, a slight loss on the play. It's going to bring up third down.
You know, early on, I think they're going to try to get the running game going. It sort of lightens the burden, not only on Rob Johnson, who has tendency to get sacked a lot, but also the young offensive line. I mean, the less they have to pass block, the better. So if you can get the running game going good, less chance for sacks, less chance for these guys to get discouraged early.
Now, there are West Coast offenses that run the ball well, including the Raiders, who run a West Coast offense and led the NFL in rushing last year. Third down now. They've got to get it out to the 43-yard line. That was Moulds in motion. Johnson looking deep down the field. Got the man. Did he hang on? A catch is made at the 42-yard line. Nice play by Jeremy McDaniel, who brings it in. They said he was the best third down wide receiver last year. That's what Rob Johnson said, and right there it worked.
That's what I've heard from everybody. I mean, McDaniels, you see him, he just comes down. He runs a nice little post route, shallow post, and, oh, great job of keeping both of his feet in.
Rob Johnson
secures the ball, gets his feet down, great pass, great catch.
Rob Johnson talked about the trust he put in him as a third down receiver, and that's right where he looked. That big third down play.
Everyone in this organization talks about his third down ability, and that's what he does. He knows how to find that hole, find that seam where he can get open for the quarterback to hit him.
Reamersma and Jackson are both in as double tight ends. They tried to call timeout. It was not granted. And a lot of punishment laid on Henry out of, he got inside the 40-yard line. Jay Bellamy coming up to make the tackle.
Strange looking play there.
Let's go.
Larry Centers pops up to call timeout.
Hey, let's just play ball.
I mean, he pops up to call timeout right when the ball's about to be snapped. That's a strange looking play right there.
On second down, Johnson leading him out. Trying to take it down inside the 32-yard line. A 3 wide receiver set for him. Out of the quick drop, the throw down the sideline. It's one-on-one for Moles, and he can't come up with it. Coverage provided by Fred Thomas, but if you're going to try to get an athletic play, that's the guy you're going to be looking at all day.
Yes, it is. Moles, he has the physical tools that, are as good as anyone in the league. This guy is strong, he's fast, great leaping ability. But I tell you what, this is an excellent job by Fred Thomas. He runs with him, gets his position. That's important before he turns around to look for the ball. You have to get your position before you turn. Great job by Fred Thomas.
This is a West Coast offense. However, Sammy Knight told us, call it the West Coast Eric Moulds offense, because that's the way they're going to be looking all day. Look at the numbers from last year. On third down, Johnson in some trouble. Finds Travis Henry. Nice tackle from behind. Ends up bringing him down. Charlie Clemens caught him, and that stopped the possibility of a first down. And now the crowd wants him to go for it.
I'll tell you what, he was an ankle grab away from a very, very long run right there. Charlie Clemens does have the speed. It's just a simple play. Let's get the ball into the hands and let him run with it. Henry takes the ball. Nice play by Clemens. I tell you, these linebackers have great speed, and that's something you're going to see all day. They're going to be running people down from behind. That's what they have Clemens here for. That's the kind of player he is.
First big decision for Greg Williams, going for it here on 4th and 4. Centers into the ball game, out in the pattern. And Johnson firing, picked off. A lot of room to run for Sammy Knight. And Rob Johnson himself will end up hurting him out of bounds after the turnover on 4th down. He took the chance, and the ball gets returned back to the 46.
Not a good start for Rob Johnson. This is not something you want to see. In credit to him, he did come back and make that tackle. I mean, there's a flag on the play.
It is on Buffalo. The initial indication from our official today, Larry Malum.
Personal foul. Buffalo, 81 after change of possession. Penalized 15 yards from the end of the run. First down, New Orleans.
Well, that'll get tacked out of the game on return.
This calls on Peerless Price. Interception. Oh, wow.
So Peerless Price, yep, getting caught going to the face of Kevin Mathis. New Orleans gets the ball back.
Think you're tough enough to drive a Tacoma? Join the club.
Right now, when you buy any 4 Michelin tires, get a pair of Motorola Talkabout two-way radios free during Michelin's Make Contact event. They're great for road trips, on the slopes, or for keeping track of the kids. So make contact now at your participating Michelin dealer.
Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
Oh, going over to Phoenix. We wanted to rest up for the game, and suddenly it was so clear. Motel 6. I think it's great.
Well, you gotta call them like you see them. Call us and see the light for yourself.
Is there a doctor in the house? My friend is bleeding.
NFL This Morning. It's the pregame show that's not really a pregame show. Sundays at 10:30 on Fox Sports Net. on the season premiere. That 70s show is going where it's never been before.
Sometimes when I do the news, I don't wear any pants.
The 80s.
Step away from that stereo.
But hi, I got the new Leo Sayer album.
That 70s show season premiere, followed by the premiere of Undeclared, Tuesday, September 18th on Fox.
Now, there are the principals in the moment that set it up. The penalty on Price has given New Orleans terrific field position now. Inside the Buffalo 40-yard line to begin this drive, halfway through this scoreless first quarter. And the noise picks up again for Brooks, who's running out of a two-back set. Ricky Williams trying to take it to the outside, gets herded down, and gets it down to the 36-yard line. Now let's go to Los Angeles to James Brown for a game break.
Scott and DJ, I'm on green, showing he is pretty healthy, at least right here, as the Pack get on the scoreboard first. A 31-yard run to pay dirt. Packers on top of the Lions, 7-0. That in the first. Back to Scott and DJ.
Last time these teams met, Amon Green had 118 yards and a couple of touchdowns on the way to another Packer win. Second down now from the 37-yard line, and Brooks is changing it up at the line of scrimmage. And Brooks loses a handle on the football, has to dive to get back on top of it. He was sprinting out trying to move the pocket, felt Sam Coward coming, and lost the handle.
Got very lucky on that play. That ball would have hopped up a little bit more. Just a snap, perfect snap. He gets the ball ready to throw and just loses it. I mean, if that thing would have... Ricky, you got to tie that shoe.
How many times has Mom told you that?
Okay, that's something that will affect you on a long run. Run out of your shoe and get caught.
And the noise level increases now here in Buffalo with a third down and long for the Saints. They've got to get it to the Bills' 29. Brooks all day to throw the ball and does, finding Joe Horn very close to first down yardage. He'll probably be about a half-yard shy. But Horn, the deep threat and Pro Bowler from last year, gets open downfield in front of Ken Irvin.
Yeah, Horn can do that. Horn can... He's the kind of player that has all the moves. He's strong. You see him right here. He's strong. He's fast. He's shifty. Comes down there, just sets Ken Irvin, take him to the inside. Should have run it a little bit deeper to that first-yard line, to the first down marker, but good pass, good catch, and here they go again.
Well, the Saints line and Ricky Williams, this is an area they hoped they would excel in. Fourth down and short. Williams, the straight-ahead running. He gets cut down like a tree, and he's going to be short of the first down. Kenyatta Wright with the big hit at the line of scrimmage.
That is a big-time hit right there. Ricky Williams is not a small guy, Scott. He is not small at all. He's built low to the ground. He's powerful. Good push. Seemed like a nice hole opened up. Oh, wow. Just read that perfectly. Absolutely great read on that.
You almost done?
Yes, sir, Mr. Curse. Got your DirecTV system all hooked up. Also signed you up for all your local channels.
Cool.
And set you up with the NFL Sunday ticket so your family can watch you every Sunday.
Hey, good effort.
I'll let myself out.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 regular season games every Sunday, and it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months, plus free installation.
Hey, your pen.
Keep it.
NFL.com, your source for game day coverage.
This is a big game. We got to take it one play at a time. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Let's go. Let's go.
Up-to-the-minute live stats. Live radio coverage.
Whiteley won't go down. Whiteley
and post-game features.
Hey, listen, great job, fellas. Excellent job.
On Sundays, watch your game and follow the rest of the action on NFL.com.
Fox Tuesday, 16 sexy singles journey to paradise for a romantic competition like no other.
I want to come away with a boyfriend.
With a cash prize to win.
The object of the game is to be the last couple standing.
And everything to lose.
I just kissed you guys.
If you're not playing it, then you're being played.
You've hurt people maliciously.
It's television's newest real-life soap opera.
If I want to give feelings to someone, back off.
You want to make me?
Love Cruise, The Maiden Voyage, premiering at 9, 8 Central Tuesday on Fox.
Fox presents a warm family comedy that's truly moving.
Go to the hall closet, give me some toilet tissue.
I can't read.
shit. Introducing the Bernie Mac Show.
Stay in the kitchen.
Wednesdays this fall on Fox.
Well, Buffalo has a reputation of being very cold, but in the month of September, you can see here today, pretty balmy temperatures. Players trying to stay cool on the sideline. A scoreless game, yeah. First down for the Bills, a 2 tight end set. Their own 31-yard line. And Travis Henry, pretty good yardage as he's taken down by Sammy Knight out at about the 35-yard line to pick up a 4 yards on first down.
Travis Henry comes from that great stable of running backs at Tennessee. Seems like every year they're putting out a new one. Call that running back U. Used to be Georgia, used to be Texas. Now I think it's Tennessee.
Well, Henry at 5'9", and according to Rob Johnson, he runs about 4'8". Very low to the ground, very hard to bring down. Now this time it's going to be Centers. Getting the carry out of the backfield and first down yardage up across the 45-yard line. Out to about the 46, an 11-yard pickup before Darren Smith herds him out of bounds.
Larry Centers may be the key to this year. I mean, you talk to everyone around the organization, they just love this guy. His enthusiasm, his rah-rah, his fire, he just gets guys ready to play. In practice, he makes practice exciting. I've been a teammate of his, and Larry is nonstop the whole practice. He's bubbly, he's agile. When everyone else is dragging, Larry's upbeat.
Well, he's a guy that you know more for catching passes rather than running out of the backfield. Back as the lead blocker now in his first down for the 46-yard line. Henry right back to the ground again and trying that right side. And Buffalo is really doing what they told us they would do. They're trying to establish that run here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're trying to establish that run. I think they're, like I said, they're trying to shake the cobwebs off all the rookies. You know, when you're a rookie, no matter how tough you are, no matter how good you are, where you got drafted, whatever, you always come in with a little bit of nervousness. You know, you need to sort of knock it off you and get a few hits in there and get things going consistently and, you know, get into the flow of the game.
Is it better for a rookie that's on the right side of that offensive line to be run blocking early as opposed to pass blocking?
Yes, yes. You don't want to pass block too early, especially against a line like this, because they'll get a sack on you, you get frustrated, then you go down the drain.
Blitz is coming. They run away from it to the other side, and Henry this time is into Saints territory down inside the 49-yard line for about another 5-yard pickup. It'll set up third down.
Back to that point, I mean, you have to protect a player's psyche. I mean, once you get beat on a long pass, if you're a defensive back, or if you get sacked, you're a quarterback, or you give up a sack as a lineman, that stuff sits in the back of your head. Then you start thinking, you know what, I can't let that happen again. So you start playing. You're not playing to win anymore. You're playing not to lose, and that's even worse. And you get beat worse. And so it's definitely a good thing to protect their psyche early on, and get them into the flow of this game.
Youngster Henry with 7 carries for 21 yards early. He's out of it now on third down. Centers is the lone setback. Johnson, a 5-step drop. Has some time, has a man, Peerless Price. Inside the 20-yard line, down to the 17. Johnson showing good patience on a 31-yard pickup that puts the Bills down in the red zone.
That's why Rob Johnson is here. You know, you talk Doug Flutie, you talk Rob Johnson. That's what Rob Johnson can do. You see a Peerless Price right here. He just goes down there, runs a nice route, breaks to the outside, nice hands, the ball's delivered on time. Great play. Rob Johnson at 6'4", is good pocket presence, stands in there, fires it. He fires it, nice throw, then gets out of there, gets away from that rush.
So a first down now for the Bills just outside the 17, and Henry right back to work. Pounds his way down near the 12-yard line. Going to be a 5-yard pickup. In talking to Rob Johnson this week, you know, he's a guy who has lived through a lot, and not all of it has been successful, but he's shown a good attitude, the ability to bounce back.
Yes, he has. Rob Johnson is a guy that just comes in with a great attitude all the time. I mean, he's played 18 games, and he's been sacked 76 times. I mean, that's amazing, but the guy is tough. I think a lot of people get the impression that he's not a tough guy because he's hurt sometimes. He is tough. His teammates say it, the coaches say it, everyone in this organization says it. He's a tough guy, and that's what causes him to get hurt sometimes.
Got him knocking on the door here. Looked like a busted play, and now sprinting out, runs out of room, and he's going to get thrown down. Cedric Hodge was the first guy to get there. And that looked like a play of confusion as everybody went one way and Johnson went the other.
Yeah, it's your quarterback. That's probably the scariest play you'll ever do. You go one way, no one's there waiting for you. It's just you and the defensive linemen, the linebackers. Get down as quick as you can. Don't try to be a tough guy in that situation. Just get down, pick it up the next play.
Cedric Hodge, the rookie out of North Carolina, making that initial hit, and Willie Whitehead finished it off. Whitehead is in right now for Joe Johnson, who was shaken up at the end of the last series. Third down now. Bills have to get it down to the 7-yard line with Price in motion. Johnson has some time, and now taken down. Joe Johnson's back, and he makes his impact felt immediately.
That's something you're going to see a lot. I mean, Joe Johnson, 12 sacks last year, and they're off to a good start this year. I mean, these guys they're just power. That's all you can say about them. They're just full power. They come full tilt. And one thing Travis Henry told us yesterday was that you have to block consistently in this league.
So now a 36-yard field goal attempt for the rookie free agent Jake Arians, who got this kicking job yesterday when Steve Christie was placed on the IR. Plenty of distance, and his initial kick for the Bills is good. So the Buffalo Bills, right in the arm of Rob Johnson and the leg of a rookie kicker, have broken out on top here first with a 3-0 lead.
Point, shoot, create. The HP Pavilion 7970 with the Intel Pentium 4 processor. How will you use it? Save up to $250 by mail on the HP Digital Photography Studio.
Reinvented Camry. Trust us, you're going to want one.
NFL.com, your source for game day coverage.
This is a big game. We got to take it one play at a time. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Exclusive behind-the-scenes access. Up-to-the-minute live stats. Live radio coverage. And post-game features.
Hey, listen, great job, fellas. Excellent job.
On Sundays, watch your game and follow the rest of the action on NFL.com.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the reinvented Toyota Camry. Get the feeling. By Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. By the HP PhotoSmart digital camera. How will you use it? And by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
A view of one of the wonders of the world, Niagara Falls. Jim Haslett spent a lot of time here in this area as a member of the Buffalo Bills, called this area home, and now comes back home as a head coach to an unfriendly welcome. The Buffalo Bills out to a 3-0 lead over these New Orleans Saints. Mormon to kick it away. And once again, there is Michael Lewis. Keep an eye on the speed as he takes it from his own 8-yard line. Setting up his blockers, and look at this. Lewis out across the 40-yard line is going to have it near the 45. He is explosive.
That's why Lewis is here. That's his sole purpose. Get some yards in that return game.
Saints have great field position when we come back.
No matter who you are or what you're into, isn't it nice to know you'll be accepted?
That's why the Redskins' biggest fans, the Hogettes, take their Visa cards to the Forecast Boutique in D.C., where they don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Do I look fat in this dress? Yes.
Un avion. Un avion. Un avion. C'est là, c'est là.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Sushi.
Only one word can describe what happens when thousands of sex-starved, freedom-deprived, hormone-driven teenagers come together without parental supervision for the first time in their lives. This fall, forget about home.
Mom, will you just wake up Grandma and leave already?
There's no place like a co-ed dorm.
We can't do this.
I'll go fast like a man. Just give it.
No, wait.
Undeclared. Series premiere Tuesday, September 18th on Fox.
As this Saints team came into their opener today, Willie Rove talked about consistency, getting off to a good start, finding a rhythm. Well, right now, the Saints have 9 total yards of offense, and they look out of sync.
Yeah, they do. They look way out of sync. He said it's important for their offense to be in sync and their offensive coordinator to be in sync. He said he likes to get off on a good foot, get things rolling, and dictate the flow of the game. They have not dictated the flow of this game.
Receiver in motion is Horn. They'll go back to Ricky Williams. And with the lead back, Williams going to get out maybe for a gain of about 2. Pat Williams, who grew up as a fan of the New Orleans Saints, throws Williams down to the turf after a short pickup.
Certainly didn't act like a fan just then. I mean, he came up there and pounded Ricky Williams, and Ricky Williams is a powerful back. And you know, you hear a lot of people talking about 2,000 yards for Ricky Williams this year. You need a good line, you need a good running back to get 2,000 yards. They have both. Don't know if they will or not.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter here in Buffalo. Buffalo Bills on top by a score of 3-0. The start of the second quarter coming up after these messages.
Introducing the best damn sports show, period. I hope I don't tear a ligament in my ass. Join Chris Rose, Tom Arnold, and a bunch of washed-up all-stars.
You got that right, brother.
As they take you places no other show dares to go. Sports comedy.
What, are you horny or something? Come on.
Commentary.
If it wasn't for him, baseball would be in the toilet right now.
Updated scores and highlights. What more could you want from a sports show?
I'm a fan, brother. That's more than an athlete.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30, beginning September 17th.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Back to school's the perfect time to get America Online.
It's the ultimate school supply.
AOL is always there to help me.
It's almost like having a homework buddy right there. Keep in touch with my friends when I go away to school.
Instant messages are amazing.
Cool way to communicate.
AOL helps my kids get ready for school. It's really, really fast.
Good deals on a lot of school supplies. Sweaters, skirts, pants, and computers.
I let my mom handle school supplies.
Mother of the Year. Right here.
Back to school time is the perfect time to experience America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
What? They gave our room away?
Not what you want to hear. Then Super 8's where you want to stay, where VIP members get guaranteed rooms and 10% off. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
This place? For that kind of money?
Not what you need to hear. Then stay here at Super 8. Clean, comfortable rooms because we inspect them more than any major economy chain. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room.
Pack your bags for the Love Cruise, a romantic competition like no other.
There's a camera here.
Yes, there's cameras everywhere.
Setting sail on Fox in 2 days.
Look back at the first quarter shows dominance on the part of the Buffalo Bills, outgaining the Saints 85-10, and absolutely dominating time of possession in that first quarter.
Wasn't this supposed to be the other way around, Scott?
And so far, the Bills are doing exactly what they were looking to do. Dan Cleveland in motion, blitz coming on Aaron Brooks, and he sidearms incomplete through the hands of Willie Jackson. Jackson trying to get open down near the first down marker, which would be at the Bills' 45-yard line.
These guys just cannot find a rhythm. Man, you have to credit Buffalo Bills. I mean, everyone came in here and said they were going to get blown away. They're doing a great job. They're getting a great push by their line up front. The secondary's playing very well. They're just having a good game here in this first half. Bills are solid.
Bills are playing without Sam Coward right now. He's been taken out for a look at his Achilles. So they are missing their middle linebacker. And right now they're going to a set that will include just one linebacker in the third down passing situation.
That's someone you don't want to miss right there. He's a big part of this defense.
Blitz is coming. Flags on the play, and they will blow the stop to play. Looked like Jay Foreman among others. Foreman was coming up the middle from that linebacker spot on a blitz. Jumped a little bit early.
Got a little antsy on it. Blitzes are all about timing. You try to sync it up and get a good jump on when it's going to be, when it's going to be snapped. Get a good sump, but yeah, that time they got in there.
Ball start.
New Orleans, number 65, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
It ends up that the New Orleans Saints get a little antsy on that. That's man, they just saw it on the big screen here. That was close right there. Very close. Called on the offense there.
Miley and Turley off on that right side. So now 3rd down and longer for Brooks. Getting chased, gets the throwaway behind the receiver and incomplete. He was looking for Connell. Keith Newman providing the pressure. Keon Carpenter was there in coverage along with Ken Irvin. And the Saints once again will be forced to punt it away.
Dangerous play right there. That could have should have easily been picked off. He was rattled. He threw it. He should have just either taken the sack on that one or gotten rid of it somehow. But he tried to throw it in to try to force it in. And he ends up taking a good shot on this too. I mean, Keith Newman comes in and gives him a good shot. And you see the play downfield. He's tail coverage with deep coverage behind him. Good play by the Bills.
Peerless Price, who asked to be on punt returns this week, may not be so sure of that position after he gets lassoed down just across the 23-yard line. Once again, though, the Buffalo Bills with an early lead.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
It's cold, but it's not Coors Light.
Coors Light, tasty.
You ready for another one?
No, I'm good.
The reinvented Camry. One look, and you're gonna want one.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
It's cold. It's not Coors Light.
Coors Light, tasty.
Get your bare butt off the couch.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. For the biggest selection of authentic NFL gear from all 32 teams, call 877-NFL-SHOP. Call 877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the reinvented Toyota Camry. Get the feeling. By Madden NFL 2002 by EA Sports. By Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Are you ready for a cold one? And by Warner Brothers' new motion picture Training Day in theaters everywhere starting Friday, September 21st.
Beautiful day here in downtown Buffalo and just outside here in Orchard Park. Strong beginning to the season for these Buffalo Bills, who have it 1st down and 10 yards to go at their own 24-yard line. Get back to that ground game. It's dominating time of possession. Travis Henry once again with a good burst. He'll get a 5-yard pickup taken down by Darren Howard.
Isn't it funny that Rob Johnson says that he runs 4.8? It usually sounds more intimidating than say he's 5'9", but boy, he runs 6'4". You know, he reverses it, said he runs 5'8", just like Emmitt Smith, but he does. He gets lost behind that line. He's so short and compact, and all of a sudden, bam, he's out of there.
Now, one description of him that we saw this week was that he runs like a beer keg that's been dipped in oil. That's what it's like to try to bring him down.
Yes, it is.
Rice in motion now on 2nd down. And back to the ground again. Good lead block for Larry Centers to set up Henry. This time out across the 31-yard line. Let's go to Los Angeles now for a game break with James Brown.
Scott and DJ, Amon Green having himself just an outstanding first half. Take a look at this. Breaks a tackle here. Heads down the sidelines. 83 yards to pay dirt. He's got 5 carries, 122 yards. Boy, what an outstanding afternoon so far. 21-3 pack. Back to Scott and DJ.
Green Bay trying to win their 11th in a row at home against the Lions. Right now up to a good start.
Amon Green 3 years ago forgotten him. Now he's a star again.
Travis Henry now out of the game in this 3rd down situation. Johnson, there's his safety valve, and Larry Centers doing what he does best. becoming the open target on third down, and he's going to get them first down yardage out near the 45-yard line.
That's what Rob Johnson needs, and that's why Larry Sanders is there. He is the safety valve. You get in trouble, Larry Sanders is always somewhere around. He's got great hands. You get the ball anywhere near him, Larry will catch it. Drop back, you see nothing open downfield. Just fire it out, simple pass to Larry Sanders. He'll do something with it. He's sure-handed, he's tough. He'll fight for every yard that you need.
12th season out of Stephen F. Austin. That is his 121st straight game with a reception. It's the third best active streak in the NFL right now. And now they're setting up the reverse for Price. It's well blocked as he gets out in front. Watch Price go. Great tackle downfield. Kept him from going the route. But he is going to make it all the way down to the 26-yard line before Jay Bellamy lays him out.
For a while, it looked like the New Orleans Saints had it stuffed. They read it pretty well. Had great blocking in the backfield. This turns into a good play. Price has great speed, great maneuvers. See Price up here. Ball snapped. He's going to come back. See, it looked like it's read pretty well. Oh, good block by Rob Johnson to get the play started. Great job by Rob Johnson.
Now Price gets to use his speed, and Buffalo continues the ground dominance. Travis Henry taken down by Sammy Knight, this time after a gain down near the 22-yard line. It's another 4-yard pickup on first down for Henry.
They're really having their way with the Saints right now. I mean, they really are. The Bills came in here. They're not intimidated. They came to play, and they're playing ball very well. 82-1. Amazing. You talk about Ricky Williams coming in trying to get 2,000 yards this year. That's 1 yard's not doing very well.
Saints gave up a lot of yardage on the ground in the preseason, but a lot of people just kind of turned away from that figure. So far, Buffalo's been exploiting that. Henry again. There'll be one tired young man at halftime of this game, but he falls forward inside the 20-yard line. That'll set up third down for Buffalo. Leroy Glover with the tackle that time.
I tell you, the Saints are going to have to regroup. You have to get in there, have to, if it's a conference on the sideline or whatever, and slap each other around. These guys have to regroup. They're better than this. I mean, we know it, they know it. Buffalo Bills obviously don't know it. They're putting it on them right now.
All right, now as the Saints try to catch their breath, they're faced with a third down situation with Buffalo once again in their red zone. Called a third down and 4. Henry back out of the game, and now Sammy Morris into the backfield along with centers. That is Morris in motion. Johnson with the throw, and it is juggled and caught by Riemersma for a first down. Down to the 15-yard line, a juggling catch. Cedric Hodge was blanketed all over him, but Riemersma brought it in.
Riemersma, one of the best in the leagues at just freeing himself and making the catch. You see Riemersma, he just releases, takes the outside release, catch the ball in the flat. Just a nice, simple play. Get the positive yardage, get the first down. It's a way to fire it in there by Rob Johnson. These guys have some weapons. That's one thing. We talked about the inexperience of the line, but these guys have a lot of weapons on offense.
Back to the ground, and Henry following his blockers with an open path. Close to the goal line. He is going to be dropped at about the 1. What a debut for Travis Henry as he's got his team knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
Well, Travis Henry's just like a little bowling ball. You're going to see him coming right at you. Hands the ball, great blocking. Larry Sanders leading up through the middle. Gets a good block. Jay Bellamy comes over here and makes a nice play. So does Michael Hawthorne. Great running, great blocking. Buffalo Bills, it's a nice, solid game plan right now.
First down and goal to go. Henry trying to finish what he started, but this time Norman Hand sweeps into the backfield, and he's going to throw Henry for a loss back near the 5-yard line.
I think that's what they thought they'd be doing all day. They thought they'd be pursuing like that. You see the Saints line get a great push. Now the ball snapped, they're already in the backfield. It's almost like they caught the Bills line off guard.
And we have got an injured player down on the field for Buffalo. There's been a lot in the way of war in the trenches here in the early going, and Buffalo, for the most part, has won that war.
Yes, they have. It's always a battle up front. The big guys know they're always coming to war. They know it's always going to be physical. And it just looked like the Buffalo Bills are out physicaling, if that's a word, the New Orleans Saints today. I mean, they're just overpowering these guys. Something you definitely didn't think you'd see.
And something that had been such an area of concern for this Buffalo Bills team coming in. The offensive line has really dominated this game throughout the early part of this first half. Oh, a timeout on the field as the injury is attended to. Saints trying to put up a goal line stand.
Mark, why is Grandma eating off the ironing board?
Why not?
This is a kitchen table, not a desk.
It's both now, and Dad's got a schedule for that.
Dinner's at 11.
Ish.
Marky, go work in your room.
There's no desk up there, and I can't stay awake. I just get in bed, it's like, out.
Would you like a room with a nice big workspace?
Great.
What's this look like? A Holiday Inn?
Hey, Grandma.
Want a room with room to work? Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
Your car never nags. It never complains about how much time you spend with the guys. It thinks a little gas is a good thing. Here's to the perfect relationship.
She was engineered by science to be human perfection. But Fridays this fall, she'll face science's newest creations. Not perfect, and definitely not human. From Academy Award winner James Cameron comes the season premiere of the hit series Dark Angel on its new night and time. Friday, September 21st at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
You see on this play, Travis Henry's running the ball. You have John Fina right here, and Henry just falls into the back of him. Wow. Just gets bent back. It's not something you want to see to one of your most veteran linemen, John Fina.
Well, Chris Farris comes in to replace him. On second down, Johnson with lots of time, running out of room, and throws it away. He was trying to find Reamersma in the back of that end zone. Fred Thomas knocked it away. And it'll bring up a third down and goal.
Good pursuit by the Saints. See Reamersma line up right here. Just a nice average crossing route. Keep going, keep going. You never stop on a play. That's one thing you want to never do. You never quit on a play. Fred Thomas chases him all the way. May look like a broken play sometimes. You keep going. Sometimes you end up with a touchdown.
Now from Johnson's view, Reamersma was crossing, but Chris Oldham was standing right in front of that corner of the end zone as well.
Chris Oldham, the crafty veteran out of Oregon. He's been around. He knows all the little intricacies of this game.
On third down and goal, the Bills want to make sure they get this right. And so they will take a timeout. Buffalo knocking on the New Orleans door once again with a 3-point lead.
Reinvented Camry. One look, and you're going to want one.
The Wolf has been linked to more than a dozen bombings in the last decade.
Talk to him. You cannot take the law into your own hands.
Thanks for your advice.
From the jungles of Colombia.
What do you think of this place?
To the streets of Washington. No one can stop a killer except the man who knows his face. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Collateral Damage. Rated R. Starts Friday, October 5th at a theater near you.
Kurt Warner's life unfolded like a fairy tale. An unknown seeking a dream in the NFL.
I had no job, I had no money, we were living off of food stamps.
Until his hope became reality and gave him the opportunity of a lifetime.
2 minutes to go in the Super Bowl. Your team is tied.
here's my opportunity, my Joe Montana moment.
Kurt Warner Beyond the Glory, tonight at 8 on Fox Sports Net.
Buffalo Bills coming out for the 11th play of what has been a long drive as the Saints try to make one last stand near the goal line.
And this is the time to make a stand. This is time for the New Orleans Saints front four to knuckle up, be the tough guys that they think they are, and prove themselves right here on this stand.
Centers the lone setback. The throw by Johnson, and Peerless Price can't come up with it. On a line drive throw to the corner over Kevin Mathis, and Price could not make the catch, so the Bills will settle for a field goal attempt.
It's got to be frustrating for the Buffalo Bills to drive all the way down here and not score. You see Peerless Price right here, guarded tightly by Kevin Mathis. Just a nice fade route to the outside. Ball should come over the outside shoulder. Needs a little bit more arc on that ball. Little touching here and there. Just need a little more arc on that ball. Try to drop it in there. And you're right, Scott. It was a little bit more straight than it was arced.
Jake Arians has hit from 37 yards. Now with a shorter attempt. Good hold on a rough snap as Remersma got it down. And the Buffalo Bills now lead it by 6 on 2 field goals from a guy who got the kicking job yesterday. The Saints walk away without allowing the touchdown.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
Is that cold enough for you?
It's cold. It's not Coors Light.
Brewed at the edge of freezing to lock in that Rocky Mountain cold taste. Coors Light. Ah, tasty.
I need new friends.
Down here, you dine on dirt. Unravel egos. Grapple grizzlies. Then dance. Madden NFL 2002. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Rated E for everyone.
It's a school night for you, so time for bed.
A crisis at home.
She snuck out.
An assassin at large.
We have reason to believe an attempt will be made on David Palmer's life.
And a conspiracy that could blow this country apart.
Find the shooter, Jack.
Counterterrorism expert Jack Bauer has just 24 hours to get it under control.
Honey, I'm sorry that I can't be there with you right now.
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up.
It's gonna be one hell of a day.
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one through the plane, leaves with the blood stain.
Kiefer Sutherland stars.
Don't move.
In 24, an entire season of television devoted to one unforgettable day. 24, the clock starts ticking. Fox Fall.
It's just one of those days.
Coming up next for the second part of our kickoff weekend doubleheader, it is Marshall Faulk leading the explosive Rams offense against Donovan McNabb and the Eagles in a showdown of NFC contenders. Those of you in the home market will be seeing a doubleheader game. Some of you will see the Redskins and Chargers. Full day of NFL action continuing next here on Fox. The kickoff, Lewis Fields deep in his own territory. Tries to get that speed to the outside, but this time he is taken down defensively by Fred Jones in special teams. And the Saints will begin at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints have to get something going right here. They really do. They have to, if not score on this play, on this series, they have to get a nice drive going. And they have to, get Ricky Williams going. Let him make the defense suck up, and then hit some passes down deep. But whatever they do, they have to get in the rhythm one way or the other. This is crucial right now. I know it's in the first half, but it's still crucial to get these guys going.
Now the longest journey begins with the smallest of steps. A first down is what the Saints would like to have. They've not had one yet offensively. From their own 20-yard line. Dave Stahelski, the tight end, was in motion. Brooks, quick throw to Joe Horn. And that's going to get them positive yardage for a gain of about 3 yards. Rayon Hall, the new strong safety for this Bills team, making the tackle.
One segment of the offense has to free up the other. If the passing game's going well, then you drop guys back and frees up the running game, or vice versa. They haven't done anything well right now. Running game hasn't gone well. Passing game hasn't gone well. The Buffalo Bills are just having their way with the New Orleans Saints.
Well, don't forget, this is a defensive unit. It's taking on some of the personality of the Tennessee Titans unit that Greg Williams was responsible for last year. They've been very aggressive here in this first half. On second down, Ricky Williams trying to get going and almost nowhere to go. Maybe a gain of about a yard out across the 24-yard line.
And you're right, the Tennessee Titans, I mean, they were dominant. I think a lot of people don't realize, you talk about the Baltimore Ravens so much. They were the #1 team. They were the #1 defense in the league, were the Tennessee Titans. A lot of people don't think about that, but they were aggressive. They play hard. They play smart. They're just a well-rounded defense, and the Buffalo Bills are shaping up to be the same way. 4 rushes, 4 yards for Ricky Williams. Not the way he wanted to start this season. Not the way Hazlitt wanted to start this season.
Well, 3 wide receivers set with all kinds of noise now on 3rd down and 5. Brooks with a delayed blitz coming, finds the open man. Jackson's not going to get there, though. Stopped by Antoine Winfield. 3rd-year cornerback out of Ohio State. His saving tackle is going to force the Saints to punt it away again. And now you're coming up on 6.5 first half, DJ. And the Bills defense is still not allowed a first down.
Has not allowed a first down at all. I mean, this is getting really sticky now for the Saints. I mean, they're running their routes not deep enough past the first down marker. I mean, what you want to do, you want to run past the first down marker and then come back to catch the ball. Make sure you get the yards you need. They haven't done that so far.
They'll be going with punts of 44 and 40 yards. Gets great hang time on that one, and Price is backed up to his own 22. Pointing out blockers along the way. He's going to get it out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now 47 yards on the kick, just about 9 on the return before Jay Bellamy makes the stop on special teams.
All facets of the ball game so far. Every facet they've done well. And Rob Johnson, I tell you, if he hits a couple more passes like he's hit so far, and they actually get the ball in the end zone for a touchdown, I think you're going to see excitement from Rob Johnson, and you're going to see the fans get into it, get excited, get on Rob Johnson's bandwagon, so to speak. And this could be a great, great beginning for a Buffalo Bills football season.
Well, Greg Williams, the head coach, said that he's been around for a while, so it seems, but he's really an infant in the league. This is only his 19th start. He's trying to work through some of the problems he had earlier, doing a good job of playing within himself here today. On play action, had the deep throw right there for Moulds, and just can't make the connection as Fred Thomas was right there in coverage. Crowd wants it flagged. They're not going to get.
Great play by Fred Thomas. You knew sooner or later Eric Moulds was going to go deep. They've run the ball well the whole game, so what you do, you set it up, you fake to Travis Henry. Got a strong arm quarterback in Rob Johnson. You just let it go. Fred Thomas has had a great game so far. And Moulds gets down the field. He plays them tight, gets up there, reacts to the ball. And receivers are always asked for pass interference, but that was just a great play right there.
Jeremy McDaniel, the only wideout on the field, and he'll take the pass this time from Johnson with plenty of room to run. Tackle made by Jay Bellamy out across the 41-yard line, but the Bills are at it again, controlling the clock and piling up first downs.
Yeah, they're piling up first downs, and that was Rob Johnson's 11th pass, which is not very much, but this is what they wanted to do. And they want to run the ball, establish that run, make sure everyone respects their running game, take the burden off of Rob Johnson, let him get comfortable, then throw the ball deep, throw it short, just toss it around. And I think the more they have New Orleans team sucking up, they'll hit them, gash them really big in the second half.
Clock winding down, near 5:20 left in the half. Back to Travis Henry, who avoids a tackle in the backfield and picks up about a yard up to the 43-yard line before Norman hand wrestles him down.
Well, he is a tough little runner, isn't he? I don't know why I'm saying little. I say little in height-wise, but he is a stocky thing. We met with him yesterday, and boy, this guy, he looks like a running back. When you see him, he looks like a running back. Big, strong legs, aggressive, intense. Making a name for himself here in the first half of this game.
5'9", 221. Got about a yard on that first play. Blitz coming. Back to Henry, finds the open spot. Kicks outside. A late flag coming in the area where you'll usually see holding. We'll wait for the call, though, as he got it out to the 45-yard line.
It almost seems like the New Orleans Saints are in the bend don't break mold right now. They're getting gashed. You have Buffalo Bills driving down to the 5-yard line. They're just not letting them score touchdowns.
Holding 63 Buffalo, 10 yards, Bill, second down.
Now that's going to back the Bills up all the way back to their 33-yard line. Penalties really have not been a problem thus far in the ball game.
Now it's been a well-played, in terms of penalties, it's been a well-played game.
Well, the Buffalo line clearing those holes for Travis Henry, and so far in the battle of running backs, he has it all over Ricky Williams here in the first half.
Yes, he does. Credit to the offensive line. They've done a great job.
3 receivers on second down, but the ball right back up the middle as the Bills stay on the ground. And the push up front is going to get out to about the 38-yard line. Still plenty to go coming up on third down.
Seems like the New Orleans Saints are just holding on right now. They're just holding on, trying to make it through this half, or they're not being aggressive. You don't see them making the plays. They're not dictating the flow of this game. Buffalo Bills are dictating everything that's happening in this game so far. Every single thing that has happened, they have dictated it.
Sammy Morris into the game now in the backfield along with Henry on third down and long for Rob Johnson, who works out of the shotgun. High snap. Still has time to throw the ball. And there's the dump off pass to centers, this time being shadowed by Charlie Clemens. And the Bills are going to be forced to punt the football away.
Excellent open field tackle by Charlie Clemens. You see Rob Johnson drops back, and as you're going to see a lot this year, it was a high snap. He pulled it back in, but as you're going to see a lot this year, you're going to find Larry Centers when you're in trouble. Get it out to Larry. He's sure-handed. Great pursuit. Great tackle by Charlie Clemens.
Now here's Mormon, who boomed a 51-yarder his first time. This one is a line drive off the hands of Lewis, still juggling, and works his way to the outside as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Dan O'Leary and special teams made the tackle. And so the Saints will get it back with under 3 minutes to go here in the first half, trailing by this 6-0 score.
He had one bounce on him like that in the preseason. It bounced, he picked it up, and ran it deep for a touchdown.
Well, Major League Baseball coming up Saturday this week. Derek Jeter and the Yankees trying to move one step closer to their 4th straight AL East title against Greg Vaughn of the Devil Rays, and Barry Bonds chasing history when the Giants and Dodgers renew their old rivalry. Check local listings this week on Fox. On first down, little flash throw to the outside. They're trying to get the offense started behind Joe Horn. Lance Brown there to hurt him out of bounds, but Joe Horn making things happen coming off that Pro Bowl season as he gets the completion for about 8 yards.
Yeah, he's a man reborn also. When he left Kansas City, there was doubts about his character, about his intensity on the football field. But he came to New Orleans last year. It was a fresh start. He did a great job, made the Pro Bowl. He's just a new man. He loves it here in New Orleans. He loves being the center of attention. He loves being the captain and helps the younger guys. And he's just a phenomenal player, and he's showing it every single game.
He's really become a leader for this team, both in the locker room and out on the field. Stahelski, the tight end in motion. Brooks to throw. And again, Horn right there, but this time just off his fingertips. He heard some footsteps coming from Rayon Hill and was trying to make the turn before he made the catch.
Yeah, you got to secure the ball first before you can run with it. You hear it time and time again, and all from the little leagues up to the pros, but you have to catch that ball first. See Horn out here. Just a nice in route. If we'd have had that, it would have been an easy first down. That's it.
Now the Saints, unable to get a first down, are getting blown away in time of possession here in this first half. They've got another third down now. About a yard to go. Brooks, quick throw toward Horn, broke it up. Nice play made defensively by Ken Irvin, the corner, who stepped up and saw it coming all the way.
He read it all the way, made perfect timing. Took a nice angle to the ball, nice cutoff angle. And he was going for the interception on that one. He wasn't going for the tackle. 3-step drop by Brooks. Fires to the other side. Great play by Irvin. Nice burst. Nice angle. Gets there at the same time the ball does. Great play.
As a defensive back, those were the days when your eyes would light up, right?
That's right. You see that coming like, oh, this is 6 for me. This is 6. You don't get those chances very often, so you got to take advantage of it.
Toby going. He got a 50-yarder away his last time. Takes to Avian Black, who is back now to do the receiving from his own 11-yard line. On a field to run to on the right side and a block. And the punter makes the saving tackle. Goen brings him down at the 45-yard line. But they are doing return by committee back there, and so far it's working for the Buffalo Bills.
They've all done well so far. I mean, it's a great run by Avion Black. Great tackle by Toby Goen. I mean, that's got to be a scary sight for a punter. The ball's kicked. He's going to take it, try to get positive yards. Good blocking. You don't see Saints near him for, the first 15 yards. Great blocking. One-on-one with the punter. Nice play by Toby Goen. Very nice play. That will get you some respect in the locker room.
Well, not big respect, but certainly respect enough for going after.
Yeah, I said respect. I didn't say big respect. Just respect.
And now you see Lewis get cut down here as he tried to vault up over the top. And it looks like he's grabbing onto his left hamstring or the area behind his left knee.
Yeah, that didn't look good at all. I mean, he's a great story. He's a fairy tale person. He's one that you can tell your kids about when you're talking about not giving up and pursuing your dreams. This guy pursued his dreams, and it would be a shame if this becomes a serious injury right here. Just an absolute shame.
Well, he is a guy who did not play college football. He's played in the Arena Football League, the Indoor Professional League. Guy who was born in New Orleans, now gets an opportunity to play, making the team out of camp this year, but not putting any pressure at all down now on that left leg as he's being let off.
That looks pretty bad. I mean, this guy was driving a beverage truck a couple years ago. Now he's in the NFL. He's taken the long road to get here, but he's gotten here. Didn't play college. Played for the Bayou Beast. That's a great name right there. The Bayou Beast of the IPFL. Then the New Jersey Red Dogs and the Rhine Fire. I mean, the franchise, the city, everybody loves this guy. I mean, he's come in. He's a small guy, a little mighty might, and yeah, he's just turned this. He's turned this whole thing around. I mean, everybody just loves him. The city's rallied behind him.
Now, right now, they're going to tend to him over on the sideline. And the Bills get it back. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this first half. They have controlled the clock, controlled the ground game, and have themselves a 6-0 lead. McDaniel in motion on first down. Johnson wants to throw, closing down around him, and Johnson got him from the blind side. Joe Johnson, who had a career-best 12 sacks last year, and Johnson never saw him coming.
Never saw him coming at all. Joe Johnson just gears it up. They come in. He just pushes Fina, sets him deep, comes back under. Great play by Joe Johnson.
Now, these moments have been few and far between for Rob Johnson here in this first half as he's built this Buffalo Bills lead.
Fox NFL Sundays, brought to you by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car. Whoa. How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
Autotrader.com. Over 1.5 million used cars, make it the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Need a loan? Oh, yeah.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
They live among us, hiding in the shadows. But on September 17th, they're coming out.
What do you mean, rats?
Now, where the hell are they coming from? Now, only 2 people know the truth.
It's a rogue colony.
They're aggressive.
They're not afraid anymore.
That the biggest threat to our existence.
Oh, my God.
These rats gotta be destroyed now. Is coming from right beneath our feet.
Where the hell are you?
A Fox original movie thriller. The Rats. Parental discretion advised. Monday, September 17th on Fox.
Game day. It all comes down to this. You've got home field advantage and a sympathetic crowd. Don't blow it. You win here, you might just get the game at your house next week, too.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports Ticker will keep you updated with up-to-the-second stats. That's coming up in 2 minutes of game time. And there is Lewis being led off on a cart. We'll take a look at him coming up at halftime. And now the Bills with a second down and long. Johnson trying to set up the screen pass, but not there for Sammy Morris. Pressure from Joe Johnson for the second straight time, and Johnson ends up on his back.
Yeah, they've got some decent pressure on Rob Johnson, but it hasn't been consistent. You know, it's 1 or 2 plays here and there. See Joe Johnson up here. He's going to come in, and you know, once you get someone, see, last time he set Fina up to the outside and then came back under. This time he went to the outside and then just kept going to the outside. So it's like a cat and mouse game. Once you get a guy thinking you're going to do something, you can sort of have your way with him all day.
A couple of veterans going at each other on that side. Buffalo trying to convert here on third down. Rob Johnson, lots of time, and right through the hands of his intended receiver, Jeremy McDaniel. His most trusted third down back couldn't hang on, but we got a flag on the play.
The flag's in the backfield, so looked like a great play by Kevin Mathis downfield. Don't know if he got his hand on that ball or not, but whatever he did, he sure shielded and kept Jeremy McDaniels from catching that ball.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 90-71. Previous spot, 15 yards.
Roy Glover called for roughing the passer. And that is a big, big play, as the Bills were going to be punting it away. Now they've got themselves a first down.
See Glover coming in. The ball's released. Oh, wow.
Now, you know, Leroy's making his case right now.
Yeah, he should be, too. He should make his case on that one.
And nonetheless, a mistake for the New Orleans Saints. And now with under 2 minutes to go, the Bills are set up once again in New Orleans territory.
He shook my hand harder than that last night.
Johnson working from the shotgun. Corner blitz coming. Throws right over the top of it. And working his way down inside the 45-yard line. Still in bounds is Sammy Morris. He was taken out by Fred Thomas.
One thing about most of these Buffalo Bills backs, they have great hands. I mean, these guys can catch. See Sammy Morris just release out to the side, throws the ball. One-on-one tackle. Nice play.
Now it's Morris on the ground, trying to avoid that submarine tackle. Good play made into the backfield by Kevin Mathis. And that is going to set up a third down now for the Bills, just outside the Saints' 41-yard line.
Oh, the Saints secondary is having a pretty good game today. Kevin Mathis, Fred Thomas, they've been pretty sticky on the receivers today. Pretty good games out there.
Johnson going basically without a huddle now as time winds down. Throwing on third down. He's got it to his man, McDaniel. He's going to be short of first down yardage at the 40-yard line.
Nice play by Hawthorne. You don't want him to get any more yardage. Let him catch the ball and stop him right there. No more positive yardage.
So now the punt team comes on. Keep an eye on Brian Moorman. In his NFL Europe days, he's been known to put it away and run with it. A 3-time national hurdles champion. And Deuce McAllister is going to get his first look as the punt returner now. Some intrigue here on fourth down, 4th and 5.
Number 1 draft pick, Deuce McAllister.
Watch Morris as well. The Bills worked on a short snap play. Just this type of situation on Friday this week. And it's going to be a throw. Moorman trying to get it up top. Can't get it there. Oh, it had all the look of a possibility of a fake, DJ, and they did indeed fake it with 8 seconds left in the half.
I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a fake, but Lance Brown was so wide open, no one was covering him. They started calling for the ball. By the time Moorman read it, the defense had already started to come back out there, and he was rattled. He didn't know whether to kick it or throw it. You see Lance Brown out here. He's waving for the ball. He's by himself. The closest defender is right there. See, by the time the defender gets over here, now Moorman doesn't know what to do. He had a couple of guys wide open.
Oh, the trick play doesn't work out for the Bills. Moorman's.
Wow.
A little bit of a look.
Yeah. He didn't hide that well at all. Sort of shot his eyes that way. And believe me, the guys on the defense are looking at that. They're looking at your eyes, trying to see which way you're looking. They're anticipating trick plays in that area.
Oh, with 8 seconds to go, Brooks was setting up a Big Ben play off to his right, and he was running short on time. He called for a timeout.
You know when they talk about someone having a poker face? That wasn't it. that was not it.
You can take a look. You're saying, I'm punting, I'm punting. No, really, I am.
As soon as you cut your eyes one way, and that was more than a cut. That was a slice. When his eyes that way, and the defenders are looking at that, and they know right away.
One of the things that we saw out of Mormon in NFL Europe and in the past is the run with the football on the snap, but haven't seen too many of the opportunities for him to throw the football. And
that pass didn't look like it had much zip to it. You know, I'm not sure they're going to recruit him for quarterback anytime soon. But it was a good thought. I mean, the guys were wide open downfield. Good thought. If the ball would have got snapped, if he'd have gotten it released quicker than that, you know, that could have went for a touchdown. There wasn't anyone within 20 yards of Lance Brown on that play.
And now Aaron Brooks going to take one more shot at it for what has been a lost first half. For this offensive unit for New Orleans, they have been held without a first down. Ricky Williams has been held completely in check by this Buffalo defense. 8 seconds left, sending everybody out in the pattern. And Brooks with that big arm didn't quite get the ball where he wanted it, well short of the target. And the ball is going to be caught down at the 22-yard line. Did they get the timeout in before time expired? It doesn't look like it. Nice catch in traffic made by Albert Connell for the first down for the Saints here in the half, but time will run out on them down at the Bills' 22-yard line. Maybe something for New Orleans to build on, but they have been frustrated by this new-look Buffalo Bills squad who offensively and defensively dominated this first half.
Yeah, they teach you as a defender on the Hail Mary pass, just knock it down. Don't try to intercept it. It looks like it's coming right to you. It looks like an easy interception to pad your stats, but don't try to catch it. Just try to knock it down. You swat the ball down, it goes down to the ground rapidly. Doesn't get a chance to float around and someone else catch it.
6-0 Bills at halftime. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Leaf blower is nice. Listen, why don't you shut her down and that's okay.
Pack your bags for the Love Cruise, a romantic competition like no other.
I can't stand people like you.
Setting sail in 2 days on Fox.
Plastic is anything we ask it to be. At our defense in times of risk. Close at hand to help safeguard our lives and forever evolving before our eyes. It's in the airbag that protects us and a cell phone to connect us. An answer when we need it most. Plastic carries our hopes, letting us all look forward to a safer, more brilliant tomorrow. Plastics make it possible.
Rush to get the only credit card back with all the NFL action you want. The official NFL Visa credit cards with a lineup of heavy-hitting benefits. Request yours today and receive a free officially licensed NFL floppy hat. Get in on the action. Call 1-800-635-9989 today.
Kiss it up.
You don't have to be the freak to get your hands on authentic NFL gear by Reebok. For the best selection of styles and teams, just get the Champ Sports.
AOL is all I need. I've got a brand new grandson.
I still have a younger brother in college. I email him a lot.
Very easy to use.
Instant messages are amazing.
I love hearing
You've got mail. AOL is really quick.
America Online has new music. I feel like a part of a community with AOL. She's always on AOL. Customer service has been superb. I love AOL.
America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
NFL Sunday Ticket is brought to you in part by America Online.
all of the pageantry of an opening day for the NFL season for the fans here in Buffalo, and so far, they had to have liked what they have seen. If you're a Saints fan, got to be a little bit confused. The defending NFC West champions are down to the Buffalo Bills by a 6-0 score. Coming up after the break, we'll take you to our LA studios for the Visa Halftime Report with JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Introducing the best damn sports show, period.
I hope I don't tear a ligament in my ass.
Join Chris Rose, Tom Arnold, and a bunch of washed-up all-stars.
You got that right, brother.
As they take you places no other show dares to go. Sports comedy.
What, are you horny or something? Come on.
Commentary.
If it wasn't for him, baseball would be in the toilet right now.
Updated scores and highlights. What more could you want from a sports show?
I'm a fan, brother. That's more than an athlete.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30, beginning September 17th.
Existentialists believe that the universe is meaningless and that human existence has no purpose.
Daddy, take a nap, take a nap, take a nap. Daddy, take a nap. Whoa, whoa, daddy got to go take a nap.
Undeclared premieres Tuesday, September 18th after the season premiere of That 70s Show on Fox.
This is Leroy Glover of the New Orleans Saints. He donates his time to the United Way at a local kitchen in his community.
One them over here. Okay, go get the potato.
It takes a long time to prepare the 1,500 meals that are served here weekly. But the satisfaction of preparing meals to feed so many is very satisfying to Leroy. Very satisfying.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
They tell us what it is.
All right, as we welcome you, Chris, we all know what it is. It's the Visa Halftime as we welcome you back to Studio 2A and get you caught up on action in the first half around the league on this opening weekend. Saints and Bills. Saints, not much offense cooking at all, TB.
No, this is some of the sorriest football I've seen. Elvis Kerr back. He came over from Kansas City. He's supposed to light it up, but look at this defense. Outstanding. James Allen, there's one shot. He doesn't get in. Allen again. He doesn't get in. Look at this Raven defense. Allen a third time. He doesn't get in. Finally, Paul Edinger hits a 20-yard field goal, and it's 3-0 Bears. And then Terry Allen in for the injured Jamal Lewis. Takes his pitch, gets dropped for a loss by Philip Daniel. 3-3 at the half. No offense, a lot of defense in this football game.
All right, as we move along, Quincy Carter, the young man at the helm in Dallas.
Well, Jerry Jones said Quincy gives us a lot of excitement and options at the quarterback position, but how about some excitement here? Reggie Swinton takes his kickoff 78 yards down to the left sideline. This would lead to a Cowboy field goal. They lead 3-0. Quincy Carter looking for Joey Galloway. Fires, overthrows Galloway there. Dexter Jackson picks it off. Tied up 3-3 at the half. I'll tell you, this is definitely a surprise. Brad Johnson and the offense of the Buccaneers, not much showing for it. Corey Stringer.
In Minneapolis.
Right, Corey Stringer, remembered by his dear friend Randy Moss, as Moss looks up. And then on the opening kickoff, rookie Steve Smith. He'll remember this the rest of his life. First play of his rookie season, he takes the opening kickoff 94 yards for a touchdown. Carolina at the half over the Vikings, 10-0.
Only the second time since 1966 that a team returned their opening kickoff for a touchdown on opening weekend, TB. As we move along.
Matt Millen talking to Brett saying, I'll be back at Fox next year doing football games. But in the meantime, Favre rolls out to the right. I know. It's right. 23 yards. Oh, let me have my fun. It's 14-0 Green Bay. And then Amon Green, the Nebraska Cornhusker. He saw the old Notre Dame game last night and says, boys, this is how you get it done. 83-yard touchdown. Amon Green, a huge first half for the Pack. Don't forget the Lions secondary, all beat up, 21-6, Packers over the Lions.
All right.
Just kidding, Matt.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No, he wasn't, Matt.
No, yes, I was.
Move along the scoreboard here. Colts on top of the Jets, 24-14. Edgerrin James, 2 touchdown runs in that contest. He is continuing to pick up where he left off last year. Raiders trailing the Chiefs right now, 14-6. That with 1:18 left in the first half of play there. Jaguars all over top of the Steelers. You said Cordell Stewart.
Dan Rooney, I am coming back.
Oh, that's a scary thought. Hey, Chris, reason to smile?
Mike Brown, I am too. Play on a winner.
Well, Bengals all knotted up at 10. Browns and Seahawks. Boy, low-scoring affair there. Howie, what was that comment?
Hell, I'm not coming back. I'm thankful these guys are leaving.
Well, do you want the real officials back? The question, folks, is do you care that there are replacement officials working the games? Yes or no? Cast your vote by logging on to foxsports.com, and the results will be given during the late halftime. New Orleans and Buffalo. Comments first half.
You know, there were so many changes on this Buffalo defensive team. Ted Washington gone, Marcellus Wiley, and a lot of people thought, well, maybe a transition year for that defense. But so far in the first half, they have done an unbelievable job against Ricky Williams. 4 rushes, 5 yards. That's the difference in the game.
I think, you know, everyone's talking about replacement officials, but I think what we're seeing the first half across the board in the league is maybe these are replacement players. This New Orleans defense is on pace to be on the field for 80-plus snaps thus far. Everyone, including Jim Haslett and us, expected far more fireworks out of this offense. They can't run the ball. They're 0 for 5 on third down conversions. Can't get it done that way.
Well, Chris made the good point. This is their preseason game. They don't work hard in preseason. They keep them all on the sideline. This is their preseason game, and all the viewers out there, this is by far the worst display of football on opening game that I have seen.
Going back to our conversation during the pregame show, the right way to go, though. No two-a-days, correct?
No, you got to go down to 2 preseason games and let them play.
And let them play.
I hear you. Visa halftime will continue after this.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Damon's presents a brief message for those of you who don't think about us for lunch. Think about it. Damon's. The grill is on.
This place? For that kind of money?
Not what you need to hear? Then stay here at Super 8. Clean, comfortable rooms because we inspect them more than any major economy chain. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
I can't stay here another minute.
Not what you need to hear? Then Super 8's where you need to stay. As clean as can be 1,900 times over. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
It's coming. The Miller Lite Tailgate Tour. Join the party as it rolls into a town near you. You could win a chance to tailgate at Super Bowl 36 or win tickets with our NFL handbook and specially marked packages. Grab a Miller Lite.
Having fun yet? Well, we got your fun. Big time. Dave & Buster's. Terrific food served wherever you please. And the adrenaline rush of over 200 state-of-the-art games in the $1 Million Midway. High-tech simulators and interactive games. Hey, come on. We're waiting on you. Dave & Buster's.
Big time fun!
NFL Sunday Ticket is brought to you in part by Miller Lite.
NFL.com, your source for game day coverage.
This is a big game.
We gotta take it one play at a time. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Let's go.
Up-to-the-minute live stats. Live radio coverage.
Whitley won't go down. Whitley
and post-game features.
Hey, listen, great job, fellas. Excellent job.
On Sundays, watch your game and follow the rest of the action on NFL.com.
We get set to begin the third quarter here in Buffalo, and what could be characterized as a surprise thus far. The Buffalo Bills have held the New Orleans offense in check, leading 6-0 here at halftime. And I know that this Saints offensive unit has to be surprised here at the half.
They're surprised. I'm surprised. I think everyone's surprised. I was with this team a couple of times last year, and this is not the same team. Last year, they had a flow. They had a confidence about them whenever they stepped on the field. Right now, it seems like they're playing tight. I don't know what it is. We talked to them last night. It seemed like they were loose, relaxed, and ready to play. They haven't gotten into the flow, and they downright look awful. I mean, they don't look very well. They don't look very good at all. You know, and you have to credit the Buffalo Bills. I didn't come in thinking they were going to do bad. I just thought the New Orleans Saints were going to do better. So, you know, it's no knock on the Buffalo Bills. It's just, I mean, they're playing a great game, and I mean, I know they expected to, but we came in thinking the New Orleans Saints were going to put on a much better show than this. Not that they were going to crush them, but they're just going to put on a nice, better showing than this.
Now, one of the things that has happened here is that Bills have gone to the running game, tried to wear the Saints down in the heat a little bit here at Buffalo, and the Bills have controlled things offensively. They've controlled the clock, and they have also done a terrific job defensively. And once again, the Saints are not in sync right now, but the Bills are doing the types of things that they want to do. And you got to give some credit for the early pressure that they brought that really ended up throwing off the timing, you would assume, of Aaron Brooks in that first half.
Yeah, the Bills are doing what they wanted to do. Willie Roaf told us that they wanted to protect Aaron Brooks. They wanted to keep him safe from harm. They have not kept him that safe tonight. The pressure has been in there. They've got him a little rattled. Buffalo said they wanted to do that. Buffalo realizes he's young. I mean, we talked about it in the opening, but Buffalo realizes that. He is young. He's going to have some growing pains, and they're giving him some of those pains right now. Very shocking game so far.
Now, Jim Haslett said in terms of what he was getting ready for offensively, I thought this was an interesting comment that he made yesterday. He was not looking at the Buffalo Bills defense in terms of film, but rather looking at some of the older Tennessee Titans defensive schemes, knowing that that's what Greg Williams was going to be bringing here.
And they look like the Titans today, and they're playing very well. And he's right. They didn't have much film to study on this particular Buffalo Bills defense. But, you know, he went and studied the Titans, and they are playing like the Titans today.
He doesn't look like a man who's too worried yet at this point with his team down 6, and that's probably good news considering the way they were dominated in that first half by the Bills, outgaining them by more than 100 yards, just one first down, and that came on a Hail Mary pass to end the half. And look at the time of possession. A gigantic advantage for the Buffalo Bills. They talked about West Coast offense controlling the tempo of the game. That's exactly what they've done.
They've controlled it tremendously, and we talked to the Saints last night. They were proud of the way they controlled the clock last year. I think they were like 8th in the league in controlling the clock, and they said that helped their defense out because when they control the clock, especially going into the fourth quarter, it keeps their defense refreshed. The guys are off the field, they're sitting, they're getting their drinks, they're sitting under the fan, then they come back charged. They go out there and play excellent high-powered defense, but you know, it's not like that today. I mean, you look at the time of possession, you're looking at the Buffalo Bills in command. This is not something the New Orleans Saints are used to, and they're going to have to deal with it right now.
One caveat right now for Bills fans, and also one view and ray of hope for Saints fans. A lot of times last year, especially in road games, the Saints never really got it going, according to Willie Roaf, until the second half of the game.
Yeah, he said they were a second-half team. That's when they start to wear people down. So we'll see. We'll see in the second half if they do some wearing down.
Ryan Moorman had it teed up, but the ball blew off the tee. We've got a little bit of a crosswind here. And Moorman's going to tee it back up again. Michael Lewis, the deep threat, is not back right now. And in reality, they have Fred McAfee and Deuce McAllister back, but McAllister is really the lone deep man, as you see there at the goal line.
This will be a good time for Deuce to make a name for himself. He's their #1 pick. He probably won't get a lot of playing time on offense anytime in the early season, so this is a good time to make a name for himself and get some carries.
#1 pick out of Ole Miss will field this kickoff at his own 5-yard line. Right up the middle and then taken down. Strong special teams play again. Tony Driver gets quick down the field and holds McAllister to a 13-yard kickoff return. Saints will start things off inside their own 20-yard line at about the 18.
Great special teams play by Tony Driver. First-year player out of Notre Dame and also alma mater of my high school, Male High School in Louisville, Kentucky. That is correct.
You say that not without at least a little bit of pride.
Yeah, you see a smile on my face right now. It's just a male high school thing.
First down for the Saints from their own 18-yard line. And the noise level picks up again as Brooks brings his team out. Sending Horn in motion, can't get on the right page with the play and has to take a timeout as the play clock was running down.
This is not a good way to start the half.
First in the second half.
This is typical of New Orleans today. I mean, they're out of sync. They can't even get lined up. I mean, it's the first play of the half. You should come out of the half ready. First play of the game, first play of the half. You should be ready. There's no excuse for it. You have your play. It's not like you're rushing and you're coming down from another, from second or third down or something. You're coming from halftime. You went over your schedule. You know what you're going to do. You know which play you're running. And you come out there and you can't get lined up and you have to call timeout. Haslett has to be fuming right now.
Well, he is a very high-intensity coach, but also A guy that's a lot of fun to talk to if you get an opportunity to sit down and talk with him football one-on-one in person. He's entertaining to chat with. He was very, very popular here in Buffalo. I wonder, however, if he heard about as his name was introduced before his team ran out onto the field today, that he was roundly booed by the crowd here in Buffalo.
Yeah, I think the Bills fans loved him when he's here, but now he's coming in as the enemy. And when you come in as an enemy here in Orchard Park, Ralph Wilson Stadium, you will get booed. I don't care if you're Jim Kelly. I don't care who you are. If you come back as an enemy, you'll get booed.
So now on first down, after having burned the timeout, Brooks leads his team out. He's got Ricky Williams in the backfield, sends Cleveland in motion. And he's set up as a wideout now here on first down. There goes Joe Horn in motion. A lot of movement and a faulty transfer on the snap. Flags down on the play. Brooks comes up with the ball. Actually does not. And a member of his offensive line did after a couple of yard loss. And now the officials will have to sort it out. But if you're looking for an offensive rhythm, the Saints just cannot find it right now with a flashlight.
I tell you what, Brooks, as a rookie, he looked like a veteran. As a veteran, he looks like a rookie. I mean, I just don't know what's going on out here. He can't hold on to the ball. He's just not running the offense very well right now. And I tell you what, New Orleans has a lot of weapons.
Defense, Buffalo, 5 yards, previous spot, replay, first down.
Offsides call on Sean Price.
Yeah, he just jumps. Lucky break for the Saints. You're going to see the exchange right here. Yeah, right through him. Looks like his hands were up. Looks like the ball got up there in time and went right through his hands.
Lamont Hall, the tight end in motion. They'll try Ricky Williams again. And for the first time today, Williams does show a burst, works his way forward for about 3 yards out to the 26-yard line.
All around the league, you hear people bragging about Willie Roaf and Kyle Turley, and deservedly so. These guys are fantastic blockers up front. But they have to get it going right now. I mean, Willie Roaf is a 7-time Pro Bowler. He's big, extremely quick for his size, and these guys just have to get it done. Kyle Turley's the wild man out there. He's aggressive, he's mean, he'll hammer you all day.
Now the toss to Williams on second down. The Saints with their first down on the ground here today as Williams just pounds into the secondary, getting it out across the 37-yard line.
This is what the Saints expected to do all day. And it's finally coming in the second half, but you're going to see just a gaping hole over here. Williams takes the ball, and that's amazing. Jerry Fontenot getting the last block on Jay Foreman. And that's the kind of holes you want. That's the kind of holes you want as a running back and as a line.
On first down, the quick throw to Joe Horn, now trying to make someone miss. And Horn will work his way across the 40-yard line to about the 41, close to a 4-yard pickup, taken down by Winfield and Lance Brown.
If you look at the offenses of both of these teams, there are a lot of weapons. I mean, this is a game where you expect to see a lot of offensive firepower. Willie Jackson, Joe Horn, Albert Cano, Ricky Williams, Eric Moulds, Peerless Price. These guys have some firepower on both sides of the ball.
Now Brooks looking to tap into that firepower now. They're on second down, working out of the shotgun. And the open man, and finds his open man. That is Robert Wilson. And he's going to have another first down for the Saints out across the 48-yard line before Nate Clements gets him out of bounds.
That's a nice play right there for Brooks. It just gets him out of the pocket. When he sits back there, I think he thinks too much, and he almost becomes a sitting duck right now. And they need to roll him out a little bit, hit some quick passes, get him in a rhythm, and then let him drop back deep and fire downfield. But right now, he just needs to complete some passes, need to get a couple good runs by the running backs, and they should be right back on track.
Wheeling the tight end in motion. And on play action, the throw is complete to Smith out of the backfield. And he lays a little bit of a hurting on the pursuing running back Keith Newman. Terrell Smith, the fullback who the Saints missed so dearly last year when he went down with a back injury, has the third straight first down now for New Orleans.
You're going to see Terrell Smith come out of the backfield. Doesn't handle the ball very often, but he is a punishing runner. He gets the ball. He's one-on-one with Keith Newman. This is a big-time NFL hit right here. So both guys went back the other way. Just a big-time hit.
Now on first down, they send Ricky Williams in motion. And off the quick drop, little screen, and Horn's throwing, but he throws incomplete. That's a design play for Willie Jackson downfield, but Joe Horn couldn't get it there. And you see that little bit of a smile as he realized he had himself a first down with a good throw.
Yeah, it's a bad play, but something you have to laugh at yourself about because it was just an awful throw. Brooks, almost the same play he did a second ago. He just takes the ball, raises up, throws the ball out this side. Horn gets it. Willie Jackson releases downfield. It's like he's trying to skip a stone in the pond.
Sure, it's something he'll hear about from his teammates on the ride back to New Orleans. On second down, they go back to the ground, and Ricky Williams taken down from behind. Good backfield pursuit provided by Sean Price, who broke in. And that's going to set up a third down and long now for the Saints.
This opening drive is very important for the Saints. And they go down the field and get a field goal here or a touchdown. It'll really do a lot for their mental attitude right now. And I think if that happens, you're going to see a much different New Orleans ball club the rest of this half. I think they'll really turn it on if they get something going here.
And the crowd here in Buffalo doesn't want to see that happen. Their defense has taken care of the Saints this entire game. Try for their first third down conversion. And a flag goes down on the play. That play is going to be stopped as the whistle blows and the flag hits the field.
Starting to see a little pushing and shoving out there. The guys are getting tired, starting to lay on each other, some intensity.
And it looks like a false start will be called on New Orleans.
Prior to the snap, 65 offense, New Orleans, false start. 5 yards, still third down.
Chris Niley with a false start puts him 5 yards further back, backing him up to the 42-yard line.
I'm not really looking closely at that line. I don't really see much of a movement there.
Might have been just a little bit of a rock back before Fontenot snapped the ball.
Yeah. The rest are down there on the field closer than we are, so there's probably a slight rock down there.
Saints need to get it to the 31-yard line. Brooks on a sprint out, has some time. Back across the field, got a man, and it is tipped into the air and caught. Touchdown! And a flag on the play.
Great play by Albert Connell. Great hand-eye coordination, great balance. Kept focused, and I think it's going to be pass interference on Ken Irvin.
Well, if that's the case, I haven't seen the touchdown signal go up yet.
From this vantage point, it didn't look like it was going to be on Albert Connell. Looked like he played it pretty well. Ken Irvin had good coverage.
Pass interference declined. A spectacular catch by Albert Connell for the touchdown.
That's what they brought Albert Connell here for. Stretch the field, take the pressure off Joe Horn, so they can take the pressure off each other, I should say. He has great speed down the field. He comes in, does a slight post corner. Ken Irvin reads it very well, just plays it wrong at the end.
What a catch.
What a great catch. Can't really fault Ken Irvin too much on that. He made a really good play. He ran with him, he turned in time. Just a little bit of contact there, and Albert Connell made a great play. Something you can't account for sometimes as a defensive back.
Now, for all the dominance by the Buffalo Bills early, one big play by the New Orleans Saints, and they've got a 1-point lead.
There we were planning our vacation online. That's when the pain started.
Digititis is a repetitive stress injury, just like carpal tunnel syndrome, except different.
Basically, it feels like a fleshy fireball on the end of my hand.
We're seeing an explosion of this with all the double clicking that's going on. If we catch this early, we can help.
Searching for a great airfare online doesn't have to be a pain. Just go to southwest.com for our $34 to $89 sale when you purchase by September 17th.
You are now free to move about the country.
I'd unravel every riddle for every individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'll be thinking I could be another Lincoln. If I only had a brain.
Presenting the microchip card accepted millions more places worldwide than Amex Blue. So use your brain. The smart Visa card. Just visit Visa.com.
Ooh, that's why I'm easy, baby. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Wanna be high, so
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Call 877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, one mission, low fares.
Now the New Orleans Saints get a big play from Albert Connell, and they have taken over the lead in this game. Clement's going to field the kickoff with a bit of a muff across the 15-yard line. Now trying to get to the far side. And chased out of bounds by Fred Thomas on special teams. Out at about the 25-yard line. But the reason the Saints have the lead is a play that shows unbelievable athleticism from Albert Connell.
Yes, it was. This is just a spectacular play. You see the beginning of the play. Aaron Brooks drops back, has a lot of time, has a little pressure in his face, but he hangs in there in the pocket and just lets it fly. In the tail end of the play, see Albert Connell, like I said, nice play by Ken Irvin, but Connell tips it to himself and then snags it out of the air. It wasn't like the ball just landed on him. He kept his balance and then snagged it out of the air.
You can see right there, it almost is like he tapped it to himself.
That is an amazing play. Absolutely amazing.
Johnson rolling out on first down. Joe Johnson got a hand on it, but Larry Centers pulls it in. And he's going to get a modest gain out across the 25, pickup of about a yard to the 26.
You know, sometimes these NFL receivers make it look so easy. You know, they drop back there and pop it up, but you know, that takes a lot of concentration, a lot of balance. Another great one right here. Larry Centers is known for his concentration. Get the ball, make something out of nothing, just try to get some positive yards and get down to the ground. Nice play by you, Albert Connell.
Talk about stepping in and having an impact for a guy who ended up getting sidelined for a lot of the preseason with a hamstring injury. Now Travis Henry, the rookie, gets taken down by Joe Johnson after getting back to about the line of scrimmage. So the Bills come out now and they're going to face a 3rd down and long here on their first drive of the second half.
That catch by Albert Connell has to bring a smile to Jim Hazlitt's face. Well, if you think you can squeeze a smile out of him somewhere. But, you know, Albert Connell sat out most of training camp, and they've been waiting for this guy to get on the field because they know his potential. They know that Aaron Brooks likes him. They know that he can stretch the field and get deep. So that has to be just a great positive for that Saints organization right now.
But now a 3rd down and long. As the Bills try to answer back. Ron Johnson stepping up into the pocket, throws it away, and it's picked off. Second interception of the game for Sammy Knight, and he's got great field position for the New Orleans Saints inside the Buffalo 30-yard line.
That pass just looked like it floated. Didn't have zip on it. There's no accuracy to it. Just way over Remersma's head. Big momentum change right here. See, he's trying to work the middle of the field. Remersma gets deep, and the ball is just way over his head. Sammy Knight, who has a nose for the ball, comes up with that pick.
Oh, there's 2 picks today. He is now all alone in 4th place in the club's all-time interception charts with 19 of them as a New Orleans Saint, breaking the tie that he was in coming into the day with Johnny Poe. First down now. And the Saints inside the Buffalo 28-yard line. This is where you could end up seeing him go up top or trying to get Ricky Williams going. And they'll take the latter as Williams tries to get outside, drops the shoulder, and makes it down to the 23-yard line for a pickup of nearly 5 yards on first down.
There's been a big swing of momentum here. Big swing, and Buffalo Bills can't let this get out of hand. Just 5 minutes ago, we were talking about it getting out of hand for the New Orleans Saints. Now the Buffalo Bills have to keep it intact right now. Ricky Williams finally getting some yardage going. 8 carries, 22 yards. Let him get 1 or 2 more good runs and get him in the spirit, and then the Buffalo Bills will have to suck up on it, and you'll get more passes down the field.
Or the receiver in motion on second down. And Brooks firing hard, finds his tight end. Stahelski makes the catch, brought down by Newman. And that is inside the 20-yard line, down near the 18, so he's about a yard shy of the first down.
That's a nice zip on the ball by Aaron Brooks. He dropped back. He has a strong arm. He just zipped that one in there. Sometimes your receiver is going to be tightly covered, and you got to find a way to squeeze it in there. He definitely rifled that one right on target.
Now the Saints looking at a running down. And Terrell Smith is the lead back for Ricky Williams. Crowd getting back up here in Buffalo. And Williams, little sidestep, finds his way to open areas and dives ahead for a Saints first down inside the Buffalo 15-yard line.
And that's the important thing. They're getting first downs now. In the first half, they weren't getting first downs at all. Now they're getting first downs, keeping the drive going, which gives them more opportunity to work their running game or their passing game. You just need to get extra plays.
And you want to talk about a turnaround. Doesn't get a whole lot bigger than that. They've outgained them 93-1 here in the first half of this third quarter. And now a fumble. Brooks going to try to make something happen. What a move on the outside as he turned nothing into at least a little something. A gain of a couple down inside the 13-yard line.
This is amazing that he's bobbled the ball this much. I mean, this is something that's basic to a quarterback. Snap comes up. I mean, you know, it goes back to what we said at the beginning. Hazlitt said he is still young. He's going to have his growing pains, but that seems like just the most basic thing to a quarterback, taking the snap.
Well, he could make up for some of those mistakes with that athletic ability that sat Rayon Hill down as he worked his way back to the inside. On second down, Brooks, a lot of time standing up in the pocket. Incomplete as he tried to find Cleveland. Again, Antoine Winfield, who's been a big part of the secondary for the Bills here this afternoon, was in on the breakup.
Coming into this game, they wanted to get Cam Cleveland involved a lot more this year. He sat out last year with an Achilles injury, and he is a capable receiver. He is one of the best tight ends in this league. He has respect from everyone in this whole league. He's a great receiver, runs great routes. He's definitely someone they can work down the field throughout this whole year. I mean, they're in nice and scoring position right now, and this is where they want it to be. They're knocking on the door again. This could be a backbreaker.
Cleveland, they want to get him involved. He's in motion again, still without a catch here this afternoon. Third down. Brooks firing. Oh, right there for Ricky Williams. He had at least a first down and very possibly a touchdown, but could not put it away.
I'm going to hop out on the limb and say that was a touchdown. That was an absolute touchdown.
Frustration for Williams as he was hit dead on by that rifle.
Ricky Williams is wide open. No one between him and the goal line. I think he knew that too. But no one on that side of the field. No one covered him when he released. I think Eric Flowers was supposed to release with him, I would assume. Don't know, because he just seemed so wide open, no one even took him.
Now John Carney, the longtime member of the Chargers, comes on and boots home a 31-yard field goal. And the New Orleans Saints continue this early momentum here in the second half. They have run out now to a 4-point lead here in Buffalo.